no trust left between the royal family and the California-based couple.
They just simply feel that any reconciliation is not on the cards because they can't trust that it's not going to end up in a TV show or in a book.
What if I told you that behind the gilded facade of royalty lies a rift so deep that it threatens to tear apart one of the most famous families in the world? In today's video, we delve into the intricate web of relationships, secrets, and betrayals that have led to the unprecedented rift between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and the royal family. Buckle up as we uncover the truth behind the headlines and explore the true extent of the tensions that have gripped the House of Windsor. The true extent of the rift between Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and the royal family is that there is no way back. Harry and Meghan's explosive feud is firmly cemented and here to stay. It's so obvious. Harry stated he wanted to see King Charles during his recent visit to the UK for Invictus. King Charles wasn't able to due to the monarch's full program. Harry made no mention of seeing his brother. The silence tells its own story. No leaks from either camp that there was going to be a potential meeting where one wanted it and the other didn't. Prince William was stung by Harry's attacks in recent years and has not spoken to Harry since Queen Elizabeth's funeral. This follows Harry slamming the royal family in Spare, where he also claimed that William attacked him in a row over Meghan. To the shock of many, Harry told a story in Spare about Meghan's jarring first meeting with Princess Kate. Tensions are running high between the brothers following the fallout from the Spare memoir and bombshell interview with Oprah. The silence and the distance tell a story of isolation. There is no way back for Harry and Meghan into the royal fold. Harry and Meghan are a mess of human life. I just don't understand why people allow this piece of lying shit to give speeches to vulnerable young minds and push her Disney princess fairy tale she's been seeking for her whole life, and she refuses to admit that she is nothing special and nobody wants to work with a lazy, grifty nobody like her if she thinks she has conquered the world because she married a drugged-up, delusional prince who is really of no importance, and reality is they are better off without him. They should never be let back into the family. Their title should be removed, also ... even Harry's title. It's possible that Charles, at least, would like to find a way to mend bridges with his younger son, who he sees as a lost, misguided soul in need of help. He'd love to see his grandchildren too, which is not possible at present. But set that against the harm Harry's and Meghan's public discussions and proven lies about private family matters, it's going to take some very serious and long-term work on the part of the Sussexes to undo the hurt and harm they've caused. I suspect Harry's chances of an eventual return to the fold would be enhanced in the event of a divorce. There's such a huge lack of trust that whatever is said to Harry, even in the greatest confidence, will find its way back to Meghan and her PR machine and become part of the ongoing Netflix saga in their attempts to make a living through their tenuous association with the British royal family. So, unless there's a major change to the status quo, Harry will be living life with only his California family. Oh no, Harry even has no California family. I'm convinced that Harry and Meghan have no biological children. There are various children employed to play with their children. It's odd how the children's hair color, features, and ages change continuously. Meghan doesn't count as family. She would sell Harry down the river in a heartbeat. So the question is, what children? Fake baby pictures and none for around 2 years? Trust broken can never be fully repaired. There is always a weak link. Don't know the truth of it, but I have read Netflix is finished with the series The Crown. So, what has Harry and Meghan left with Netflix? To be honest, the English press doesn't actually investigate Prince Andrew's involvement with Jeffrey Epstein and his enrichment from running his previous royal office from his billionaire friend. Andrew was being investigated by the FBI and being sued for underage sex with Epstein's escort. So if anyone needs to lose their royal titles, it's not just Meghan and Harry, but also Prince Andrew, and Frogmore Cottage or anything else should not be funded by taxpayers for Andrew's living quarters. Non-working royals should not be getting free security details, let alone subsidized housing. I don't know if you know or still remember this incident. What do you think about Prince Andrew's scandal? Please share in the comments below. Returning to the main character of today's video, I wonder if, after such irreparable emotional rifts, Prince Harry and Meghan will bring their children to the UK without police protection. Is it really unsafe? This is completely easy to explain because they are no longer the royal family. If they want security, they should spend their own money to hire security guards. But is it true that they say that the UK is not safe? In general, the United Kingdom is a far safer place to live than the United States. The United Kingdom is a significantly smaller country with a similar population. 11 of the 50 states that make up the United States are small enough for the United Kingdom to fit inside of them. There are around 66 million people living in the United Kingdom at the moment. There are around 330 million people living in the United States of America at the moment. Additionally, the United Kingdom has extremely stringent regulations on firearms. Approximately 500,000 people in the United Kingdom own firearms. It is estimated that over 450 million pistols and rifles are possessed by people in the United States. That is a number that is way off. I'll bet my farm on it. I have a number of handguns and rifles that were handed down to me from my family long before there was such a thing as registering firearms. I am aware that I am not the only one. It is true that the vast majority of people who legally possess firearms exclusively use them for hunting and for their own personal safety. However, they do play a significant role in a significant portion of the criminal activity in the United States. In the event that someone intended to cause him damage, they would first attempt to do it in the United States before moving on to the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom is a far safer place for Harry to be than the United States. The only thing he wants is for there to be a large crowd of police cars with lights and sirens going off when he arrives in the United Kingdom, so that everyone will be able to recognize him. Even while he claims that he cannot stand the media, his actions make it clear that this is not the case. In order to capture his private life, which he said he desired, he forced Netflix to relocate into his home. He is merely using that as an excuse to whine and complain about the high cost of his security since he believes that his father and the royal family ought to be paying for it. It is not him. In the event that he was to be awarded such status, the country that housed him would be responsible for paying for their protection wherever he went. This includes the United States. In no way is Harry a member of the royal family or a high-ranking royal. Indeed, he is the 5th person in line. He, on the other hand, anticipates the same level of safety as the king. The man is utterly deluded and completely out of touch with reality. As a result of his lifelong addiction to alcohol and heavy drugs, he now suffers from drug-induced paranoia. Long-term drug use is associated with a relatively common adverse impact. There is no threat to Harry's safety in the United Kingdom. On the other hand, I was booed. What he is most concerned about when he arrives in the UK is that the fact that it has occurred to him twice now is really upsetting to him. I don't think he's been sent to bail since Meghan became a fixture in his life. Astounding dereliction of his duty. It would seem his caring streak has been curtailed by marriage, so much for service being universal. The halfwit wants super-duper special security which would not only protect him, his starboard wife, and the couple of shadows that are the kids, but would also sweep under the largest carpet in the world all the seedy, sleazy, obnoxious shite they constantly ooze out of every pore of their being. Obviously, the kids would be producing miasma. They are definitely not safe here. Harry, especially if as planned he intends to come this month, must wear heavy waterproofs. The rotten tomatoes and smelly eggs have been prepared. He is the most despised person. He should be going to Africa to help the poor natives he's supposed to represent. On the other hand, Meghan and Harry's kids, if they exist, which many doubt, would be safe almost anywhere as no one knows what they really look like. We've seen pictures of different children of varying ages, hair color, etc., and none of them cling to the parents when carried like most children would. While I have no love for the petulant child or his wife, I have nothing against his children. They would be as safe in Britain as any other children. Heck, even he would be safe himself without bringing a narwhal tusk. He can have the security he pays for. Many security companies operate in the UK and would keep him safe despite their personal feelings. Anyone can use security companies. That appears to be his problem. He does not want security available to just anyone. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching our video. And what do you think about this issue? Please express your opinion in the comments below. Hope you will always be cheerful and happy. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Goodbye and see you again in the next videos.